This is Bill McCamley. It is Thursday, August 18th, and I'm a state representative from Las Cruces and Mesilla here in New Mexico with your legislative update for the day. Three things I want to talk about. The first is that we had a meeting of the Jobs Council down in Santa Teresa today. There was a subcommittee that went down there to really examine a lot of the work that's going on in the border. I helped present because this is one of the real shining lights of economic development that we've got in the state. The buildings down there are completely full. All the companies are full capacity. Doña Ana Community College, which is our local two-year college, is doing a really good job of reaching out to provide education to workers down there. Just all the things that we really want with economic development are being done at the border right now. And it doesn't only affect those jobs right there on the border, though that's really good for Doña Ana County and the state, because it helps with the tax base. But for businesses that are within the state that still trade with Mexico, having a border that is easy to cross with a lot of folks in Mexico that are buying products is good. And an example for that is F&A Dairy here in Las Cruces, where they export cheese down to food processors in Chihuahua City. So this is one of the things I'm going to continue to work on. Like I said, it's one of the things that we need to continue to do more of in the state. The second thing I want to talk about is special session. The governor basically came out today and said she would call a special session. We're about $200 million in the hole this year from where we thought we were going to be, and that means we either have to cut more state services or find revenues to raise. I did a whole one of these 4 or 5 minute video segments last week on this topic. We'll probably be going up there, and hopefully we can come up with a compromise that allows the state to work, but I will not support a solution that just involves hurting teachers, hurting cops, hurting disabled kids, hurting veterans, which are the real victims when we cut a lot of these state services. And, we can really cut some of the taxes on the we can get rid of tax cuts on the wealthy, like the capital gains tax, where they're paying half of what regular people are paying in taxes. That haven't really helped out the economy at all. We can look at legalizing marijuana. There are other things we can look at, and I think those have to be involved in any discussion we're going to have. The last thing I want to talk about is the death penalty. So the governor came out yesterday and saying that she wants to reinstitute the death penalty, and I really have a lot of frustration about this for two reasons. Number one, we are number one in the country in unemployment. We're the worst state in the country for being a child. There are all sorts of issues with infrastructure and education. We need to really work on those problems because long and short of it is when you have a better economy and a better education system, you don't have as much crime. And so it seems like this is kind of a smokescreen to take attention away from all these real problems we're having that she's got to really take some responsibility for. And the other problem with the death penalty is you got to have feelings for like the family of the police officer that got shot here the other day and some of the other victims of crimes like murder. But the death penalty simply doesn't work. If you look at the 6 years that New Mexico had before we got rid of the death penalty and the 6 years since, which we haven't had the death penalty, there are actually less murders committed in the state in those 6 years we didn't have the death penalty. And if you look nationwide, 4 out of the top 5 states of low murder rates actually don't have the death penalty. The long and short of it is the death penalty doesn't deter anybody from committing murder. The other problem is that it actually costs more to try someone in a death penalty case because of all the extra legal issues you have to go through than keeping someone in jail for the rest of their lives. So it's something that costs more, and that it's not a deterrent, and it's really taking away time and attention from talking about these really critical other issues which allow us to really deal with crime in a much more effective manner. So I really don't like that discussion. I don't think it's going to get us anywhere, and it seems like it's really pulling us away from the topics we do have to talk about. So as always, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments on these or any other issues, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. Hope everyone has a great rest of your Thursday night. Thanks. Bye.